everybody, and welcome back to my garden. It's early in the morning and I wanted to bring you guys around for a little garden tour. This is our first ever garden tour and I wanted to do it more for my own purposes as much as anything else, because I hate to say that this is a before garden tour, but because we've been putting in a lot of work, but there's a lot of things that I want to do. So we're just going to go through, see what's blooming and pretty, and then talk about kind of the grand plans. So anyways, I'm here on my front steps, or on my back steps that goes back to a canal that's right here behind us. And on these steps, this plant I love. This is the creeping Veronica called Waterberry Blue. And these blooms are about to go out. Hi, Drake. These blooms are about to kind of go over and fade, but they're beautiful. And I dotted them around all over the steps. So hopefully in the next, year or two, these entire steps will be covered in these beautiful blooms. So those are really, really pretty and I love them. We have an ice plant right here. They close up at night and then when the sun comes out, they'll open up big. Really pretty. But this is something that I really have been excited about this year that I want to show you. Come in close. This is the Coco Loco Rose and I have two of them in tree form. And they're just, get back here on this one. This is a little bit tighter. Here's a bud, and then this is fully opened, and you can see the color change. It kind of starts out more pinky, like more of that cocoa color, and when it opens, it turns to lavender. It's absolutely beautiful. They're loaded up with buds right now. So anyways, I put these in this year and it's been one of my most favorite things that I'm so excited about. So if we go just right over here, this is my vegetable garden, but I do mix flowers in, and this is a space that we just really had to figure out what to do with, because this is a big retaining wall for things that are behind our fence. And so I thought it would have been just the perfect space to put up some garden boxes, and we just barely finished these boxes this year. My husband built the last few and we're gonna do some tweaking to it. But anyways, I have a beautiful plant right here that I can't remember the name of right now. Is this the Marshmallow Biden? I think it is, but something sweet right there. I put seeds in these pots and nothing has come up. So we'll be putting something different there. I have tomato plants. Now these tomatoes, this is a new staking method that I've never done before. But we're gonna just try to keep things trimmed up and attach them to these bamboo stakes as they grow up tall. We'll see how it works. I don't know if it'll work, but I think it might be good. Then we have a whole bed of peppers. We have jalapenos coming along, looking really, really good. There's one right there. Brad, did you say these were spicy?
Some of them.
Are they? Oh no. Here, you can have the rest of that.
Oh, thank you.
Ah, that's a spicy one. Shoot, what was I thinking? Anyways, so on this bed, I just sprinkled a whole bunch of zinnias. These are the Zinderella zinnias. And I did every other row with Zinderella Peach and Zinderella Lilac. That's gonna be really beautiful. I just harvested garlic out of these beds, so they're empty right now. So we have space to do some more fun things, which will be great. I got this bamboo, oh no, don't get it, kind of teepee that I need to figure out how to kind of pound into the ground. But I have little cucumbers coming up. They're like the long slicer cucumbers. I'm really excited about that. There's one back here that's looking really good. So anyways, the plan is they'll grow up and cover this teepee and we'll have yummy cucumbers. Now this, oh, I'm actually very excited about. I scattered some onions in here. You can see they're not very big right now, but I had a whole bunch of tomatoes popping up in my cut flower garden because that's where I grew tomatoes last year. And so then I have all of these tomato starts from seed. So maybe 3 days ago, I dug them up and put them in here because I didn't want them mixed in with the flowers. And they're perking up. They looked sad for 2 days, but I mean, I think that'll be okay. We'll see. We'll see if if they bounce all the way back and grow up, and then we'll just stake them like we did the other tomatoes. Here's more of that creeping Veronica on the steps, and I have a volunteer, some sort of squash plant. Maybe it's a pumpkin, I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna let it go until it decides to either produce or die or whatever it wants to do. Look at this. Isn't this a glorious pot? It's so beautiful. So this is, I have some sweet peas here in the middle, and it's already hot. I don't know if they're gonna bloom in time. They might fizzle out because it's just gotten so hot. But these petunias I got from our local high school, and they're like, I don't know who it is, their gardening club or whoever it is. They have a greenhouse at the high school, and they grew flowers, the students. And so anyways, they went on sale at the end of their school year, so I went and bought them, and they were pretty leggy. I cut some back, and they look gorgeous. I love them with this little trellis in the middle. Then we have just a bed of strawberries. These are the Seascape variety. Maybe this will cool down my mouth a little bit. If you watch Laura from Garden Answer, she was the one who recommended the Seascape because she did a whole bunch of strawberries and kind of tested them out. So anyways, the Seascape is really good. Carrots, spinach that's looking rough. We should try to come harvest it a little bit. And then we have beets and our peas. The peas are looking a little bit rough too, but it's gotten so hot so fast that everything is kind of feeling it. And I've also been dealing with a lot of bug pressure this year. So anyways, we're trying to get a handle on that, but that's the vegetable garden, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the backyard. So right here behind me is this rock wall that I've been building up for the past several years. This garden has really, I mean, just my entire garden around my house has been really slow to kind of come together, but I feel like I've done a lot this year. So I'm really excited about all the things that I have done, but if you come in close, I've really got a bait for snails. They're everywhere, and that is one of the bugs that I'm dealing with. We just kind of toss them over the fence. So anyways, you'll notice I have this humongous hollyhock that is completely budded up and just about ready to burst. I am so excited about it. I have a few around the garden, but this one is by far the biggest, and it's a mystery color, so we have to wait until it opens to see what it is. I have a yarrow here, a daisy right there. This is a volunteer potato plant. I planted potatoes here like 3 years ago, a while ago, and there's something still there, so I'm just letting it grow. We have some creeping thyme. This little plant is really, really sweet. I just barely put these in a couple days ago. I put 4 of them in, and they called it creeping pink baby's breath. And so it actually is gonna get like, you know, pretty big. And so I dotted them around, and I think it's really sweet. You can see we obviously have not mulched or anything in this area. And you know, that's just one of those things that we sometimes get to, sometimes we don't. What is this that I just planted? Is this the milkweed? I planted 2 things, milkweed and something else, and I might be getting them mixed up because they're new to me, but it has really beautiful little pink blooms on it. If you wanna, can you see that? Anyways, that's really pretty. More yarrow. This is a Nepeta, and I would have to look back to remember the specific variety. There's crickets or grasshoppers hopping around everywhere, and they especially love the cut flower garden that I will show you, but that's another one. If anyone has suggestions on how to deal with grasshoppers, let me know, because I haven't found the thing yet. Haven't found it. But anyways, this is just a beautiful bloom. I love that plant. Wouldn't it be pretty if I had 2 more? Just kind of like a little drift. That would be pretty. We have a lily right here. And then this is just a whole bunch of like sedums that I've kind of dotted around, and they grow really well in the rock wall. Don't need a lot of water. Super tough. They spread, they bulk out, they're beautiful. And then I have some GM here. Now we actually have a pretty bloom on this one. I have two that I transplanted and they were really struggling and their roots were exposed. So I kind of had to hill up some compost on them, but it's really pretty. Can you get in close on that little tiny bloom? Really pretty. I love that. And there was a time before I transplanted them that they were big and beautiful and full of blooms. So anyways, look at this. This is a perfect time to be filming this penstemon. This is called the Dakota Burgundy, I believe. Look at the stems, how dark. They're that burgundy color, and these blooms, like this is my color in the garden. This purpley white. Oh, I love it. And when it's, you know, when it's a little bit breezy outside, it does this number. Gorgeous. I need more of these. I mean, and even when they're not in bloom, the foliage is beautiful. Oh, more snails. So if you get down here, I did pop in some petunias. These are also from the high school, just kind of around. But the snails are eating them just down to the bone. Down, like you can see the life is just getting sucked out of these. So anyways, we're gonna have to figure out how to do the snails, and I might have to pop a couple more petunias in here. This is a dianthus called Cheddar Pinks. Really fun, bright pop of color. A sempervivum, I think is how you say it. It's like the little hen and chicks. It does really well. It's cute. This lavender is about to explode. I love this lavender. It gets big, beautiful, and it smells good. I love it. Okay, this is the other plant that I didn't know if it's milkweed or I can't even remember what the other one was, but I'm getting them confused, but they're supposed to get tall and pretty, and anyways, they'll fill in. Now this lamium, I think it's called Ghost something, but look at how huge it is. And even if we were out here maybe like 5 days ago, we wouldn't see all of these spent blooms on it. But I mean, it's big and it's beautiful, and there's buds still, and the color, again, it's that purple that I just love. So I think I need more of those. That would be really pretty. This is some iberis that has gone out of bloom. I need to cut back. Some ajuga right here that still has some color left on it. More of that little pink baby's breath. And then all this foliage that you see kind of popped around. This is the leucogem that was blooming beautiful in the spring, but it's spent now. And then we have more ice plant around. These are from my neighbor, actually. She has a ton of them, and they just spread like wildfire. So she told me she just dug some up for me, and I kind of put them in the little crevices in the rock wall, and look at them now. I mean, look at how big. They make an impact. I really love them. Now this is my peace rose. Oh, it looks so good right now. It really looks so good right now. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see. You might have to like get on top of the rock wall. I thought I did all the deadheading. Looks like I missed one, but look, I mean, look at these blooms. They're huge, first of all, and just the most delicate pink and yellow. I love them so much. And then look, this one in bud form. They're gorgeous. Now they have been covered completely in aphids, and I've kept trying to treat them, spray the water with, you know, like a heavy stream on a hose to try to kill most of the aphids because they're soft-bodied. That does well, but it hasn't taken care of it completely. I have sprayed a couple times, so it's looking better than it did, but the aphids are killer. They've been awful this year. So anyways, oh my gosh. Oh.
Keep that in the video.
No. No. And then we have some more creeping thyme right here. These are from the high school as well. These little petunias, they're doing okay. And I keep all of my petunias and my my super bells and all those kinds of things on a weekly regimen of spraying for budworms and then fertilizing. So, you know, maybe some of these will kind of bounce back, but other ones around the garden are looking peak. And then just a couple things down here that I want to show you. My dappled willow. Now I cut this thing back to like that size in the spring, and it has just flushed beautifully. I love this plant. A lot of times you see them in the garden centers kind of trained into a tree or a standard form, but I'm keeping mine as a bush. I don't know, maybe we'll do that in a project, kind of make it into a tree one day, but I think it looks beautiful as a bush. And then some more petunias, and then this is a evergreen that I didn't think was gonna make it, and then we got the water run properly and now it's thriving, but it's a Cotonie aster. I read it as cotton Easter, but it's pronounced Cotonie aster. It's basically just like a little evergreen shrub that stays low, and then it gets berries, red berries. So anyways, I really like it. It's beautiful. Now this was my mystery rose. Last year I received 2 climbing roses from a neighbor who was just getting rid of them, posted it on our local Facebook neighborhood, and she was like, does anybody want these? And I said, yes, please pick me. And I love them more than I ever thought I would. I mean, I just love them. It's the softest. I mean, it kind of starts out orange, and I thought, ooh, is that going to be too bright for me? That is looking real like saturated, but look at how it is when it opens. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I pruned these hard, like really hard, and they've flushed back. So anyways, our plan is to do some sort of something along the along the fence, and then the one down there. And I don't know what rows they are, so I don't know how tall they grow or anything like that. So they might climb a little, they might climb a lot. It's just a big surprise for us. So anyways, that's this wall, and it'll be beautiful, and it'll cover it. And then on the side of the yard, we have these 2 fruit trees. This fruit tree is really, really cool. We're trying to take care of it the best we can, but we did have a leader snap off in the wind because, you know, we have it staked trying to get it straight. But it is a combo apple tree. You can see the twist here that's growing together. It's so cool, but one tree is a Gala and one tree is a Honeycrisp. And then you don't need 2 trees because you have 2 different trees in one. And so the fertilizing, or not fertilizing, pollination. I was like, what am I trying to say? The pollination is kind of covered that way, but we have little apples here. Anyways, it's a fun tree. I hope it'll grow big, and I hope we'll get lots of apples from it. And then if we come down here, this poor little peach tree, it looks beautiful. It's doing good now, but it just got demolished by the aphids in the spring. I do have it on a spray regimen, you know, that you're just supposed to do every couple months, try to get it ready for the season, but the aphids really got to it. So you looked at it just the other day. I don't think we have any. I don't think we have a single one. That's okay. It'll be pretty, and it's just, you know, it's little. We put these in fall before last, so we just got to give it some time and it'll work for us. Okay, now this side of the house I'm really excited about because it's been sitting. We've lived in our house for 7 years, and it's just been sitting and sitting and sitting because I didn't know what to do with it. It's the east side of our house, so it gets a lot of morning sun, and then it gets kind of shaded in the afternoon. So anyways, and it doesn't even look like a lot right now, but I'm proud of what we have done. So we have this little corner here. These are some dwarf hollyhocks that are all budded up that are about to bloom, and they'll look beautiful. I added a couple little dahlias here and there popped in. I just got this new columbine that is in, like, these are the little seed pods, and so I want them to open and kind of spread around. There's one bloom on it. It's this pink and white, really, really pretty. Anyways, so that's going to be really pretty. This is also new to me. This is the Vanessa Bell David Austin Rose, the most soft, delicate yellow. I'm really excited about this. I might have to pop a picture up on the screen of when it was in its first flush because it was really beautiful. This is a GM that I got this year that's looking really pretty, very antique-y. I love GMs. I think they're gorgeous. They just are like old-timey to me. And then this is what I'm the most excited about. Now, we did it in a video, and I did tell you guys that it was going to be an experiment. And I don't know how well it's working, but we're just going to kind of keep going along and see if we can make it work. But I had a anchor pop off at the top, so you can see the loose wire. We reattached the anchor, so we'll get those wires back up. But this is my espalier wall. Now you can tell if you watch Janie from Dig Plant Water Repeat. She's an amazing YouTube channel, and I've gotten a lot of inspiration from her, but she does espaliers so well, so beautiful. So I got this idea from her, and this is just a honeysuckle. So it's gonna grow really, really fast, but I wanted the white and yellow. Look at this in bloom. I don't even know if I can get down there to see if I can smell it, but it's beautiful. It's really pretty, and I just cannot wait until this entire wall is full of this plant and these blooms, and I think it's gonna be, I just think it's gonna be perfect. And then if you can see, I was like, what do I do in this space? I'm kind of tapped out as far as buying a whole bunch of new plants, and I had a whole lot of just random wildflower seeds. So I sprinkled them around, lots of marigolds, cosmos, I think there's lupins in there, zinnias, all those kinds of things. And so we'll see what happens. I think it's gonna grow up and hopefully be beautiful. So I'm excited about that. These are more petunias that I got from the high school. I mean, look at these. They're gorgeous. They're so beautiful. And they're really just going for it and getting full and thickening up. So, and the color's gorgeous. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this. My first ever clematis. And I will pop the variety name on the screen because I can't remember it. But oh, I'm not normally one to go for like a deep purple color, but this one, I think it's perfect, and it's gonna get big. I mean, it's gonna probably get trained up all the way to the top of that window. So with the white and yellow of the honeysuckle, with this deep purple, it's gonna be good. This area right here is my shade garden bed that I love, but I have a couple issues with it. First of all is this guy right here. He loves to dig in here, and this is his spot right here. Year after year, he will not leave it alone. So we kind of have a makeshift fence right here that we put up to try to keep him out of it. It's just one of those things, and you know, we just deal with it. But it's full of beautiful things. This little corner right here, I did have some these beautiful flowers that, why can't I think of? Because I'm doing a tour and I can't think of hellebores. They were beautiful, and I'll try to post or insert a little picture of them, but they're gorgeous. Now you can see this, they're struggling. I just had my mom, she went and visited my brother and my sister-in-law in Illinois, and my sister-in-law had a ton of beautiful hostas, so she brought back starts, and I think it's so sweet. I love to have special things from other people's gardens and something that means, you know. Anyways, but this one's doing okay. So I think as long as I have one survive, I'll be really, really happy. So hopefully they get big and beautiful. But this area is pretty. It's backed by all of this coleus, and it has that bright red in the middle, and then it has a lining of green on the outside. Really pretty. Then I have all of these kind of light purple impatiens. Now the size looks kind of off right now, but these will grow taller. Like this will be the tallest, the impatiens will be the step down. And then in the front, I have all of these begonias, the white begonias that I think are beautiful. I think what I need to do is try the Surefire begonias from Proven Winners, because I have been trying these just like, you know, your normal garden center begonias for probably 3 years in a row. And every time without fail, they get crispy. They get, and we have the water run and everything, but they get this kind of crispy. Is that just how begonias are? Is it just me? But I don't like the look. Like the leaves kind of get this. If you back up, it looks beautiful. So, you know, that's what we'll do. We'll just back up and have it look beautiful. We need something here. You know, we need something, this big blank wall. Anyways, we are running short on time, so what I'm going to do is show you guys the cut flower garden, and we'll do the front garden tour in another video. I put this little bouquet together last night because I knew we were going to be out here this morning doing a little garden tour, but the penstemon in it Doesn't it look pretty? Some pink yarrow. Got a couple daisies. Anyways, that's really pretty. Okay, the cut flower garden. This is my most favorite space ever. Last year was our first season growing in it, so we put it in fall before last, and I mean, just back up and get the roses. These are the Eden climbing roses, and a lot of them are aged. I've already started to deadhead, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're not gonna be out here in time to even a week ago, they were so beautiful, but they look really pretty still. If you come in close, they have the most delicate, soft pink, and sometimes they have this green kind of outer edging. Some of them are starting to look a little bit brown, but I mean, yeah, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. They're all the way up here to the tippy top, at least on this side they are. And if you come on this side, they're looking gorgeous. I mean, oh, look at when it's starting to open. They're just, oh, whoops. Anyways, they're just beautiful. Now, we're not going to go through every single thing in the cut flower garden, but I do have it planted with cosmos on these garden beds in front of the fence. I had that last year, and they self-seeded everywhere, so I just was like, we'll do it again. It's better than weeding out all of those cosmos. We have it gated for the dog and for the look, because it looks really pretty. Anyways, if we step in here, we have 6 rows here, and it is hard with only 6 rows because I really have to decide what is important enough to grow for me. And I thought 6 rows would be plenty. Like, oh my gosh, I'll have space for days and days and days, but it fills up quick. Anyways, this row is going to be gorgeous. This is the dahlia row. I have a whole bunch of different kinds of dahlias. If you come look at this, I'll throw some pictures up again because, anyways, we have an anemone mix, romantic mix, cafe au lait, which I needed to have in my garden because everybody else does, and they're beautiful. The cafe au lait, old rose, and then I got a whole bunch of dahlias from a friend who was dividing and had extras, so she gave them to me. A couple of them did rot out though. I was kind of digging around to see if I saw growth and pulled out a few rotten ones. So that just happens. Some volunteer potatoes, some onions, more zinnias here. This is the Benary's giant mix. That'll look beautiful. We have Lisianthus. Now, Lisianthus, I gotta tell you guys, I grew it for the first time last year and I had amazing luck. And I was like, what's the big deal that everyone's saying Lisianthus is so hard? I grew it from seed and they were big and beautiful. And I was like, this is a piece of cake. And then this year I'm really struggling. So we'll see if these do anything. I have some beautiful varieties, but you can see as it kind of comes down here, it's real sparse. I mean, I have one there, and this whole thing was full of Lisianthus. So, you know, that's just kind of how it goes. We put, me and my 5-year-old just planted some sunflowers here because he's really excited about the sunflowers. Every year he loves the sunflowers. So we planted those up. So we'll see if what they do. Here we have some celosia, 2 different kinds. I have the flamingo purple and the flamingo feather. Fillers, they'll be beautiful. Now these, I'm really excited. We have the eucalyptus, and it's like putting on growth, which I'm amazed by because it just sat there and did nothing for forever. So hopefully that'll be good. What are these ones right here? Oh, dianthus. This is a pink dianthus that I had leftover seed. Here I put in some yarrow, which is perennial, so it'll come back year after year after year. So this like little section, I won't have to ever, you know, mess with or plant again. These will get really big, and yarrow is a beautiful cut flower. Now this got a little bit jumbled. We have status here. I think the tags got jumbled, so I'm not exactly sure. But we're gonna have. I mean, what is this? It's got crickets, first of all, little grasshoppers, but it has buds. And is this gum? No. Is it gomphrena? Maybe it is. We'll see. I can't remember. And this is Persian cress, which is a beautiful filler, and it's starting to kind of do its thing, but I mean, come on. What do I do about this? They're everywhere. And then this last row, we have Clarkia. Now this is something I'm really excited about. This just started blooming. You can see the white powder because I was trying to take care of the crickets. I don't know if it's working. It's diatomaceous earth, but this Clarkia just started blooming. Oh my goodness. Look at that. It's gorgeous and it's budded up everywhere. When this section is in full bloom, it's gonna be good. Some pot marigolds that I just deadheaded last night. They're looking really nice, really sweet, really bright and cheery. And then I have some, this is ornamental cabbage or kale. Ooh, lots of fun little bugs down there. But it's like the cut flower variety that I got from Johnny Seeds. So they kind of have longer stems and you can tuck them into bouquets. I had one in that little bouquet we just looked at. So anyways, I need to harvest these and make like 20 bouquets, I guess, 40 bouquets, however many bouquets this will make. I need to do that. And then down here we have some other things. Scabiosa, anyways, just lots of pretty things. So in a couple months time, this space will be full, big, beautiful, of all sorts of flowers, a couple vegetables. I really love it. So anyways, that is gonna do it for me today. We will do a front garden tour in another video. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed it and we will see you in the next one. Bye. Hold on, start over. Hello everybody, welcome back to my garden.
You need to put these outtakes in.
Okay.